Whenever you wake up in the morning, you always see a bright shining star, that's the sun. Our today's topic is on sun. So let's start. Do you know that the sun lies at the heart of the solar system, where it is by far the largest object? It holds 99.8% of the solar system's mass and is roughly 109 times the diameter of the earth. About 1 million earth could fit inside the sun. The sun was born about 4.6 billion years ago. Many scientists think the sun and the rest of the solar system formed from a giant rotating cloud of gas and dust known as the solar nebula. As the nebula collapsed because of its gravity, it spun faster and flattened into a disk. Most of the material was pulled towards the center to form the sun. These are the only few common facts. Here the best part come, the facts which only few people know. So I am telling you those. For many years, scientists have studied our own solar system. But until last few years, we know of no other solar system. This may seem surprising as the sun is one of about 200 billion stars or perhaps more, just in the Milky Way galaxy alone. Do you know what is the color of sun? I think the first color that came to your mind is yellow, but it's wrong. The real color of the sun is white. The reason of the sun looks yellow, it is because the Earth's atmosphere scatter higher wavelength color like red, orange and yellow less easily. Hence, these wavelengths are what we see. That's why the sun appears yellow, sometimes red or sometimes orange. The sun has enough nuclear fuel to stay much as it is now for another 5 billion years. After that, it will swallow to become a red giant. Eventually, it will shed its outer layer and the remaining core will collapse to become a white dwarf. Slowly, it will fade to enter its final phase as a dim, cool, theoretical object sometimes known as black dwarf. The strength of the sun's magnetic field is typically only about twice as energy of Earth's field. However, it becomes highly concentrated in small areas reaching up to 3000 times stronger than usual. These kink and twist in magnetic field develops because the sun spins more rapidly at the equator than at the higher latitude, and because of the inner part of the sun rotates more quickly than the surface. This distortion creates features ranging from sunspot to spectacular eruption known as flares or corona mass ejection. Flares are most violent eruption in the solar system, while coronal mass ejection are less violent but involve extraordinary amount of matter. A single ejection can spout roughly 20 billion tons, almost 18 billion metric tons of matter into space. The sun is one of more than 100 billion stars in the Milky Way. It orbits some 25,000 light years from the galactic core, completing a revolution once every 250 million years or so. The sun is relatively young, part of generation of stars known as population 1, which are relatively rich in element heavier than helium. An older generation of star called the population 2 and an earlier generation of population 3 may have existed, although no member of this generation are known yet. The visible part of the sun is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, almost 5,500 degrees Celsius, while the temperature in the core reach 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, almost 15 million degrees Celsius. Driven by nuclear reaction, one would need to explode 100 billion tons of dynamites every second to match the energy produced by the sun, according to NASA. This is the best facts for women because every element leaves its trace in the spectrum of sunlight. In the study of 2014, astrophysicist Nicholas Graves determined that in the sun there are just 8 gold atoms for every trillion hydrogen atoms. Total mass of the gold in the sun is about 2.34 trillion tons. It is so much that we can cover the earth with gold. Have you remembered that I have told you in the beginning why except sun life is impossible? Nothing is more important to us on earth than the sun. Without the sun's heat and light, the earth would be lifeless ball of ice-coated rock. The sun warms our seas, stirs our atmosphere, generates our weather pattern, and gives energy to the growing green plants that provide the food and oxygen for life on earth. The sun's atmosphere is made up of layers, much likely the earth's. Most of the people say that the sun burns, but the sun does not burn. Like we think logs of fire or paper burning. The sun glows because it is a big ball of gas and a process called nuclear fusion is taking place in its core. Hydrogen really doesn't burn. It fuses into helium, so no oxygen is required. Let me tell you an interesting thing that on our earth sometimes 5 suns can be seen in some areas of the cities, like in the Inner Mongolia region of northern China. Residents reported seeing 5 suns shining in the sky. The illusion, a legitimate astronomical phenomenon, is also known as phantom sun or ice halo according to Caffing Meteorological Bureau. So, this was our last fact but not the least. As we all know that today or on 21st June is the solar eclipse. But this solar eclipse is a special solar eclipse. So, let's see the information on this solar eclipse. This is an annual solar eclipse. It is a spectacular event. It is when the moon's size is lesser than that of sun. Hence, we can see an eclipse with an outer flaming ring of the sun's chromosphere called the corona. Really, it is called corona only. Don't think the virus COVID-19. It is a very rare occurrence and a miracle for a lifetime. At the time of speaking, an annular solar eclipse is heading towards our earth, towards our home, towards a pale blue dot. We will be back soon. Till then, remember the facts of the sun. Never stop learning. Thanks.